Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from whatever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Kenyans have been waiting for the ruling of the Supreme Court on the presidential petition that was filed by Odinga, and of course, finally, the 7 bench judges rendered their ruling, and in this ruling, all the 7 judges have agreed to it. What has come out is that in all the 9 grounds that Azimio la Umoja had petitioned, none of those 9 grounds Supreme Court has upheld any. They have dismissed all of them. But before this ruling, there is a post that Babu Owino shared on his Facebook page, which also I have shared on the community button of this channel, asking our viewers today, what, and this is what I asked, was and is Babu Owino right? I asked this question because Babu Owino is not the first time he's putting such a comment. Before, Babu Owino suggested in one of his tweets that President Uhuru Kenyatta might be playing Raila Odinga a con game. But today, before the ruling, this is what Babu Owino posted. Baba, you will forever be my hero. They played you all along. It was a long con. We live to fight another day. That was Babu Owino posting that question. I wanted to see the reaction from our viewers because, again, it is also good to learn from the viewers also. And the people have reacted to that post. They are giving their own views. Maybe I will read those views in our next video, not this one. But after the Supreme Court ruling, Raila Odinga Presidential Secretariat have issued a statement dated date 5 September 2020. And we want to go through the statement from Raila Odinga before we give our own view. And as we go through this statement, I wanted to meditate on the views from Babu Owino as far as President Uhuru Kenyatta working with Raila Odinga in this election. Statement on court ruling. We have taken note of the decision of the Supreme Court on the presidential election held on August 9th, 2020. We have always stood for the rule of law and the Constitution. In this regard, we respect the opinion of the court, although we vehemently disagree with their decision today. Our lawyers proffered irrefutable evidence and the facts were on our side. Unfortunately, the judges saw it otherwise. We find it incredible that judges found against us all in 9 grounds and occasionally resulted to unduly exaggerated language to refute our claims. This judgment is by no means the end of our movement. In fact, it inspires us to redouble our efforts to transform this country into a prosperous, democratic, where each and every Kenyan can find their full belonging. We thank our supporters and the Kenyans across the country for standing with us. We will communicate in the near future on our plans to continue our struggle for transparency, accountability, and democracy. God bless you and God bless Kenya. Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. That is the letter from Raila Amolo Odinga. So the question we are asking on this Punchline today, was the 7-judge bench fair in their ruling? And is Babu Owino right? Or is going overboard as far as President Uhuru Kenyatta working with Raila Odinga? Then at the end of the day, it ended up that Raila is finding himself again in opposition, while William Samoei Ruto is taking over the mantle of leadership of this country. That is what we want to try and analyze here. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that any other time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our returning subscribers and any other comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, in my own view, after going through the comment by Babu Owino and the other comments, I still agree with Babu Owino. But before we go into that, this is what Mother Kome said. We are satisfied that the IBC chairman and the 4 commissioners carried out the verification, tallying, and the declaration of result in accordance with the Article 138, 3C, and 10 of the Constitution. Many people thought that inasmuch William Samoei Ruto was declared president-elect, still President Uhuru Kenyatta had allowed William Samoei Ruto to make mistake by rigging this election, but then help Raila Odinga through the intelligence to collect enough evidence that will convince the Supreme Court judges to nullify the presidential election. That means Raila Odinga was supposed to go with watertight evidence to the Supreme Court, which would have enabled this election to be nullified. But that has not happened. In fact, out of the 9 grounds, they reduced it to 8. But in all these 8 grounds, none of those issues these judges have found a reason even to uphold one of them. None at all. They are saying all the issues here was hearsay and the rumors. Nothing big. And for that reason, the judges are not convinced to nullify William Samoei Ruto's victory. So if President Uhuru Kenyatta was helping Raila Odinga to have enough evidence, watertight evidence, that can convince these judges, beyond any reasonable doubt, to find a strong reason to nullify this election, then it could have happened today. Because it has not happened, na mnajua vile Uhuru alivete Mother Kome and all those things, because that's the person Uhuru Kenyatta wanted. You cannot convince me that out of this 7-judge bench, none of them found a reason why at least he could have held just one issue among the evidence presented by Azimio. Because in every evidence Azimio presented, the other side, their lawyers, IBC and William Ruto, they refuted with also the evidence that they had. When you talk about the voter turnout, they had a video even explaining on how the chairperson was corrected and all those things. So if Uhuru was to help Raila Odinga to become president, na kama kweli hiyo deep state iko, then Raila will be president as of now. The president has tried his best, but I don't think if he did what many anticipated, like what Babu Owino is saying and what I believe in. That is my position. Because you see how Mother Kome has read the entire issue here. At least they need to have something to uphold out of this 9. But they don't found any ground. So the only thing remaining is William Samoei Ruto. Ni Uhuru Kenyatta sasa to hand over presidency to William Ruto in 7 days' time. Period. So the only and last hope Kenyans had in Raila Odinga, for those who support him, hiyo taa ni kama imezima na itabaki tu kwa side ya opposition. Yes, we can say that Raila Odinga might have had no any strong case in the Supreme Court, but he had a reason to go to the Supreme Court, just to make sure that he's not leaving his supporters in dilemma, to find something that he can tell his supporters and make sure that still the opposition side is staying strong and have a reason why to believe in that leadership. Because when you're not forming the government, then you are forming the opposition. You take up the role of the opposition. And that is the position the Azimio side is going to take. And you can read it in Raila Odinga's statement. Because that's the position they are going to take now, as they will be watching on as the government moves on forward. So that's the position. Because if you want to talk about William Samoei Ruto rigging the election, then the question would be, where was the intelligence? Where was Uhuru Kenyatta to use the intelligence to understand that William Ruto was rigging election kama aliiba? He could have had the information. And if then walikuwa wanaiba, then why couldn't he also make it to work for Raila Odinga so that his votes are not going to be stolen? So it is not a matter of blame game, but the issue is that William Samoei Ruto was given a chance to play the victim role. All the issues that happened, ile mambo yote yenye Uhuru alimfanyia yote, it was providing an opportunity for some people to sympathize with William Ruto. That's all what Babu Owino is saying here. So sympathy has worked, and if rigging happened, and then this rigging has been upheld by the judges in favor of William Samoei Ruto, then that is where the deep state was. So where was the president and the deep state was? Which side? So in my view, we have to move forward. The role that now Raila side is going to take is to checkmate the government. That is the position. So in as much people will want to seek justice, but we have to move on and play the next role to checkmate on the government. So we will be here coming every time to you. If it will need to come live or premiere or upload our videos, we will always update our viewers as far as politics is concerned in this country. That's the position we will take, and we will keep on analyzing politics here. We are going nowhere. But in my view, personally, it is my third time saying on this channel that for me personally, I believe that President Uhuru Kenyatta was playing Raila Odinga. Because tell me, the time Martha Karua was brought into the picture, when Uhuru insisted that the running mate position should go to Mount Kenya, then where were you living in Mudavadi with Wetangula? Even Kalonzo was going, but they just prevailed later than Kalonzo to come back. But imagine Mudavadi and Wetangula left with 600,000 votes. Mount Kenya later 600,000. And what made William Ruto president is merely 230,000 votes. Kama ziliibwa ama ilikuwa ya ukweli, court sasa imesema hiyo maneno. Na hata kama waliiba, si watu wa deep state na intelligence walikuwa huko. See you in our next video.